is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Now, you're saying, hey, wait a minute, Myra, this is December 26th. Christmas is over. Christmas is not over. The 12 days of Christmas start December 24th. The 25th, and go to January the 6th. December 24th is Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas starts, and goes to the 12th night, which is January 6th, also known as Epiphany, because all the manger scenes you see that have the wise men in them are incorrect. The wise men came after Jesus was born. The star rose when Jesus was born, and the wise men saw it after it rose, and then they traveled to Jesus. Now, my sister-in-law got me this plate, and at first I couldn't figure it out because, well, I believe this to be German or Dutch, but it's certainly not English. And this is from 1983. It's a collector's plate by Heidi Keller. And this plate doesn't commemorate the birth of Jesus. This plate commemorates them, Mary and Joseph and Jesus, exiting their home. And that would be Jerusalem, not Bethlehem, because they would have gone back after Jesus' birth. They would have gone back to Jerusalem from Bethlehem. And then after they were there for a while, then the wise men showed up. And then Herod killed the babies. But Joseph, he had a dream to get his family out, away from his homeland. And they went to Egypt. And the reason I know, see, there's the town that they're leaving. Here's a fig tree, a dove. Here's baby Jesus, not as a baby, but as a little boy on a donkey. And there's Mary, and there's Joseph. But how I figured this out was, I can't read this, it's not English, but that is Matthew chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. So into Matthew chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. That night Joseph left for Egypt with the child and Mary his mother, and they stayed there until Herod's death. This fulfilled what the Lord had spoken through the prophet. I called my son out of Egypt. So the wise men came. They visited Herod. Herod said casually, "Oh, please let me know when you find the child. I want to visit him myself." But the wise men had a dream too. So they didn't go back to see Herod, and they didn't tell him anything about Jesus. But Joseph had a dream to get Mary and baby Jesus safely out of the area away from Herod. And they went to Egypt until it was safe, and then they returned. And that's the day of Epiphany, is the day that the wise men visited Jesus and brought the gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And there weren't necessarily 3 wise men. There were 3 gifts. There might have been 2 wise men, 3 wise men, 40 wise men. We don't know. We just know that there are 3 gifts. And that's why it got turned into 3 wise men, because there are 3 gifts. So Christmas does not end until January 6th. Now, this happened after January 6th. This was after the wise men visited, and then they left. So it is still Christmas. And me and my adult child, Marty, will be celebrating Christmas until January 6th. So if you turn around and say, well, where's Myra? Where's Buying Space? I'm celebrating Christmas still, the entire 12 days. There'll be gifts every day. And we will continue to celebrate Christmas until January 7th, the day after Epiphany. And maybe the day after Epiphany is the day that, or 2 days or 3 days, or who knows how long after that Joseph had the dream. It wouldn't have been long after that, because Herod would have been waiting to execute that order after the wise men didn't show back up. So I don't know how much time this would have been later. But when Herod executed the baby boys, it was 2 years of age and younger. Now, he didn't know it was the full 2 years. But to make sure that he wouldn't be overthrown by a new king of the Jews, he had 2-year-olds and younger massacred to try to massacre and kill Jesus. So we don't know how long it could have been. His scribes, his scholars went through the record, took what the wise men said, and tried to give an estimate of how old the child would be, because they wanted to murder him, because he wanted his son and his line to continue to be the king of the Jews. But Jesus and God, the Father, Yahweh, did not want to set up a governmental kingdom like Herod had on this earth. Their kingdom's spiritual. Their kingdom is in heaven, not on earth. So, Christmas is still Christmas, and today is still Christmas. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone. And if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. If I don't know for sure, I'll try to find out for you.